So each generation prefers different methods of receiving content. Like when you try to exchange messages with them, they all want things in different ways, okay? So for example, a traditionalist, number one, traditionalists prefer you face-to-face. This is why they will fly you all the way across the country to have a 5-minute meeting with them that you could totally do a different way, okay? But if they can't get that, then they're going to want it to be in a memo form, or they're not going to read it, they won't know about it, or somebody's got to tell them, okay? Boomers prefer phone calls. Phone calls are priority to them. Emails are secondary to them. They will let their emails pile up for long periods of time, but that voicemail, when they sit down at their desk, is going to be gone over, okay? So if you're talking to a boomer client and you need to get in touch with them relatively quickly, are you going to shoot them an email, or are you going to give them a phone call? Good Lord, people, slap yourselves, drink some more coffee, okay? Right? You're going to give them a phone call, because even though you, the Gen X and the majority of people in the room, would rather kill somebody than have a phone call, it makes me so mad when clients, like, I just will not answer. My voice, there could be 1 or there could be 400 blinking on that little thing. I had no clue. Actually, I just recently changed my message that's like, I never check this. So if you want to actually get me, just email me. Bye. You know, I'm not going to check it. So just because it's your preferred method doesn't mean that it's your recipient's preferred method. And when you're talking about targeting people, right, you have to think about what their preferred method is, not necessarily what you like the most. Okay? So Gen X and Gen Ys, we are overwhelmingly going to be email people. So think about this. It's sort of like whatever the newest technology was at the time, that's what you prefer. Okay? And the millennials want it by text. So here's the thing. One of the things that I get, I speak all over the country, and one of the complaints I constantly hear is, I'll get an email from my millennial at 3 o'clock in the morning. Okay, they're not expecting a response at 3 o'clock in the morning. All right? They're literally trying to clear their brain is what's happening. They just want to get it out and not have to worry about it anymore. Okay? So what I have learned is that with millennials, if they text you, they're looking for a response in the next hour. If they email you, you've got as much time as you need. Okay? Make sense? So just a kind of good way for you to think about it. So finding ways to use text blasts is going to be really important for you. My favorite program at the moment is a program called Remind.com. Okay? If you've not heard of Remind.com, it is by far the best way to reach people, especially if like you're on any kind of groups, boards, things like that, because it will text blast everybody. And those millennials won't check their email for days and days and days, but they will darn well, they won't turn around to get their license, but they will go back and get their cell phones. Okay? So Remind is actually angled right now for teachers. I just say put some college in there and use it however you want. Okay? Because it is by far the best way for you to get people right now. And it's so funny when you introduce it to boards, they lose their minds. Like, we're getting best responses ever, and you're like, yeah. It's because they actually check that.